economy is going to look up? We do understand that when it comes to agriculture, that did take a bit of a knock. So where are we going to be seeing growth? Is agriculture one of the sectors?
Yes, definitely. I think growth throughout the entire spectrum, but more importantly, coal had a bit of a knock due to the flooding last year, and we're going to see an increase in output in that end, and the advent of the natural gases that are found now on the northern coasts. So definitely that will be the major contributing factors to growth in that area.
Let's talk about the natural gas. Are we going to see this trickling through to grassroots level? Because we are aware that there are such amazing gas finds in that specific region, but will this translate to growth for everyone?
Yeah, it's all well and good that there's this huge natural gas reserve there. It's practically the second biggest globally that we know of. But the true task or whether we'll see the actual benefit of it lies in whether infrastructure can be developed to extract that gas and then take it to ports or neighboring countries who will then purchase it, such as South Africa. So it's all about the infrastructure development to facilitate the mining of that gas.
Are we seeing Mozambique moving in line with the other African countries in terms of wanting to transform the economy? Are we maybe at some point going to be moving away from the more extractive way of getting growth?
Yeah, definitely so. But in saying that, we still have a huge reliance on FDI and foreign direct investment. So Mozambique, being part of this sub-Saharan group of countries, realizes that you cannot do it on your own. There's no way. And you cannot do it by contracting out to large companies. You need to attract investors. You need to attract companies who have done it in other economies and let them do it for you. So that is the big challenge at the moment. And in order to do that, to make you a more attractive destination for FDI, you need to sort out all sorts of policies, from social policies to economic policies to political policies. And slowly but surely, I think the learning has been there, looking at other economies, and Mozambique is moving towards that direction in a positive light.
How attractive is Mozambique looking at the moment, especially talking about the geopolitical situations?
Well, it's extremely attractive. If nothing else, from a South African point of view, they're one of our closest neighbors. They are showing growth, percentage growth in terms of GDP at 7% at the moment. It was predicted at 7.5. We're forecasting 8% for this year. So it's a huge growth area, and because of the proximity to us, there's definitely investment potential. The same carries true for the likes of other European first world economies, where investors are looking at the emerging market but looking at what is safe for them. They've invested in the past in the likes of Nigeria. Very risky at the time, but they've seen the benefit. They managed to weigh up the benefit with the risk. They're looking at South Africa, which is probably the safest destination in our region. However, our growth levels are very small and very and not as stable as a Kenya or a Mozambique. So they rather invest in these newer emerging economies with slightly higher risk, not that high, but definitely huge returns and good potential for investment.
If you look at some of the sectors in in sub-Saharan Africa, Kenya, for example, when it comes to their banking sector, is doing pretty well with the likes of M-Pesa. South Africa has done very well. But if we look at Mozambique, their banking sector is quite small. What kind of opportunities lie there?
Okay. The economy in general is very small. And in saying that, in terms of exports, it was always agricultural exports. So you didn't really need a very developed financial sector in the past. Surrounding states, such as South Africa, would have overlooked the opportunities due to the size. However, based on the potential that they have now for the exportation of both coal and natural gas, we know the economy is going to grow. And now you're going to get financial institutes willing to enter this market, willing to lay the foundations and establish a footprint to get the benefit in 5 years or 6 years' time. So you're going to see more of that, and definitely there is going to be more development, and that will translate from a more macro level. It will definitely translate all the way down to consumers.
Saiji, thank you so much for making the time to join us and giving us a breakdown on some of the opportunities that exist in Mozambique.